So my whole first quarter at Databricks was pretty much, we need to figure out how we talk about who we are, what we are. And it does kind of take a quarter. If you're at a point in your journey where you're like, we're not sure we've really nailed how we describe either our space or what we do, then it's probably worth hitting the reset button. At the end of the day, it's going to be the founders and the core people who know the strategy and the product and the market better than anyone else in the world that decide it. But getting some outside validation and having the rigor of a process that forces all the internal brains together. And then you test with some customers who maybe have already adopted your product or know you pretty well. And then you start testing with prospects. And I remember the early days, our CEO flew to New York with me, and he almost wanted to jump through the glass in one of those focus groups because he was like, God, how come this guy doesn't understand it? But it's useful to see how people react to your message, because it's like, hey, we're out in the world now. We're talking to a data engineer at HBO, and yeah, you have to explain. Just because he doesn't get unified data analytics in the first 5 seconds, that's what we're dealing with. So I think it's useful to have that deep, thorough process for a full quarter. And then once you get it right, though, and you feel like, okay, now we're ready to go with this, I think you can't change it very often. Like, I'm a big believer in not just message consistency, meaning you're telling the same story through all your channels, through your sales team, your events, presence, your website, all of it. But also, like, the stamina is important. I think people sometimes have a good customer meeting. Maybe you want to tweak the messages. I think resist that, because it takes many quarters and sometimes even years to hammer a message into the market. You're better off if you don't tweak it, unless there's some major disruption in the industry or major competitive threat, or it's not working. I'm not saying never change your message. I'm just saying, just realize it takes many quarters once you think you've got it right.